Hey guys, today we're going to be looking into how Facebook moved from a college messaging app to one of the most prominent apps in the world. Facebook has emerged over the years to become one of the largest tech companies in modern history. Depending on who you ask, the story of how Mark Zuckerberg built a behemoth social network can be quite controversial. If you've watched the 2010 film The Social Network, then you have a clue of how Facebook was launched in a Harvard college dorm. What is quite obvious is Mark had a knowledge of basic programming skills from an early age. He used these skills to design a software for his father's dentistry called ZuckNet. This basic software allowed his father to communicate with his receptionist. However, it is at Harvard that the foundation of what would end up as Facebook was born. Mark took his coding skills to another level by developing FaceMash, which was a website that allowed students to vote on the most attractive woman. While the application was quite popular, it did not last long, as he did not seek the consent for publishing the students' photos. It's on February 4th, 2004, that What is Facebook was launched. The application's original name was the Facebook Launch and allowed users to upload a profile photo, then share their interests. People were able to connect with each other, and this grew their user base from 1,200 to over 1 million at the end of the year. This large user base was achieved as the site moved to other Ivy League schools within the Boston area. Mark sued by fellow students. It was not smooth sailing for Mark Zuckerberg, as he was sued by fellow students Tyler Winklevoss, Cameron Winklevoss, and Divya Narendra for stealing their idea. The matter was finally settled in 2008 when Mark reached a settlement with them by offering them 1.2 Facebook shares. When the site was incorporated in 2004, it moved its headquarters to Palo Alto, California, with Sean Parker as its first president. The name The was dropped the following year, and Facebook.com domain was registered for $200,000. In August 2008, its user base was a whopping 100 million users. In the following year, the site had hit over 1 trillion page views. Facebook finally hit 1 billion users in 2012, hence making it one of the most popular social media sites. Facebook user base has been on a phenomenal growth from its start, where it barely had 1 million subscribers, to over 2.5 billion at the end of 2018. However, from 2015 to 2018, the growth has been slower. Expansion plans. Once the company was registered, it continued to expand rapidly into other products. In 2007, Facebook started its Facebook Marketplace, which now allowed them to classify ads. In 2008, the Facebook chat was launched, and this took the idea of instant messaging to another level. When the company was launched, it benefited a lot from angel funding, receiving $500,000 from PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel, $12.7 million from Excel, and $1 million from venture capitalist Jim Breyer. Facebook also launched the Facebook Application Developer Platform that allowed game developers to create games that would integrate with Facebook. One of these games was Farmville, that ended up being a big success. Becoming the greatest. Facebook went public through an IPO in February 1st, 2012. According to the prospectus, it was seeking to raise $5 billion. At this time, the company had 845 million active monthly users. During the valuation, the shares were valued at $38, hence making the company worth $104 million. Mark retained 22% ownership after the IPO and 57% of the voting rights. The IPO ended up raking in $16 million. Mark Zuckerberg now had a net worth of $19 million. Today, the company has a net worth of over $600 billion and annual revenues of over $70.7 billion as at 2019, with more than 2.5 billion users. In April of the same year, Facebook acquires Instagram for $1 billion. The following year, 2013, Facebook joins the Fortune 500 club at number 462. The company later purchased the popular instant messaging app WhatsApp in 2014 for an estimated $19 billion. The company also added more reactions for people to love, hate, sad, or wow a comment. The company's acquisitions also ventured into virtual reality when it purchased Oculus VR. This showed Facebook commitment to developing futuristic products to serve their growing user base. From the graph, you will notice that growth in usage of Instagram and Snapchat grew very fast from 2017 to 2018, while that of Facebook was almost flat. At the end of 2018, the growth for these two apps was getting closer to that of Facebook. Controversies. Even though the Facebook story is one of huge success, the company has not been without controversy. The first has involved the emergence of fake news and data privacy concerns. When the platform was open to everyone, it did attract a lot of unsubstantiated news stories. People would publish news stories that were not true in an effort to push their advertising ads. This matter further took center stage during the 2016 US election, where the company was accused of influencing voters by allowing certain Russian firms to purchase ads to spread fake propaganda. The ads were believed to influence the outcome of the elections. Facebook later, in September 2017, provided Congress with data showing ads that were linked to Internet Research Agency. In January 2015, Facebook introduced a new feature that tries to flag a story as false. However, this did not work as intended, as some items found a way to filter through the system. The company did find a way through the fake news mess by allowing posts from family and friends to take precedence in one's newsfeed. The company also added an algorithm that would judge informative articles and put them ahead of the rest on the newsfeed. In 2017, Facebook launched its journalism project. This was an attempt to bridge the gap between Facebook and professional journalism. In the project, one would be taught how to spot fake news. The company has also been accused of violating data privacy laws by allowing third-party apps to access user data. One of these companies was Cambridge Analytica. Future of Facebook. The future for the company is going to be focused on establishing their existing apps, like Instagram, Messenger, and WhatsApp as family applications. The company has been losing ground with the younger generation who are migrating from the platform, and it is the desire for the company to leverage artificial intelligence to boost demand and content. Revenue growth will continue to be on the rise, and it will be interesting to see how far the company can go. The main source of revenue for Facebook continues to be advertising revenue. New revenue streams will include Facebook's foray into the mobile market. What do you guys think about Facebook growth?